Hey everyone, this is BRAINWAVEZ, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a hybrid trap like ATLiens. This whole project file with samples, presets, and Ableton racks is available on my Patreon, so link is in the description if you want this project file. Let's hear it.
Sometimes you gotta close the door or open a window.
Cool, so I'm gonna start with the sound. This actually is pretty simple. It's just the auto filter that is making it sound like that. If I take off the auto filter, it's just enabled a vital preset that I created. So it has a basic shapes and some clicky robot wavetable from the Glurklunk pack. Then I have some bow coding, some sync and FM to the second oscillator. The second one, it has all the level all the way down and it's like one full octave up. And then in here I have some effects like chorus, compressor, distortion and reverb. I'm also doing some post-processing with some erosion in here. So let's take a look at how this sounds without any of this. Let's take out the second oscillator as well. And let's start bringing everything up once again. Then I put some erosion. The first one sine mode and the second one has some white noise. Then I cut the low end because I made a separate sub bass. And then I put auto filter and I put the shaper max for live device. You don't need to do this, you can do an automation, but I just did it with the shaper and I mapped the frequency knob to the shaper and put it on 32%, and this is the sound that I'm having. If I open this more, it's gonna be more or less filtered sound. I also have some resonance in here, which helps to bring out the sound. And also at the very end I had an EQ boosting a little bit of the 1000 area. So that's the first sound. And then for the B sections I created this other, very characteristic of ATLiens type of sound, which is also vital. This one in this time I'm using the crappy toilet wavetable, some harmonic stretching here, and I'm automating the level in this harm stretch and also the voice tuning to this first LFO. The sustain also is being automated. That's why this is having such movement. This is at 132, so it's pretty fast. If I change this, it's obviously going slower. And then on the effects I have some distortion, some chorus and some compressor. So without any of this, it's pretty much nothing. Compressor is helping, then chorus, but mostly distortion is what is helping the sound the most. So that I got layered with this, which is a sub rack that I made. Basically it's hip hop sub bass, and I'm splitting the sub, the low mids and the top end. But basically to get a sound like this you just need to put like a normal sine wave and put some amp and some erosion. That's where the sub bass is coming from, with some distortion on the top end. Also at the very end I'm boosting a little bit around the 3000 area. Then I have again the A section, and this time on the B section I have another sound. This chains of saturation is what is making the sound be what it is. So without that, it's sounding like this. Still cool, but not as cool. And I'm using phaser, distortion, compression, and EQing. So I have 3 oscillators in here. All of them are basic shapes, and I'm messing with the levels and the panning of them. Also putting harmonic stretch, sync, and I have this automation that is modulating a lot of stuff on the effects, like the drive, the resonance, and some elements in here on the second oscillator as well. So I'm gonna mute all of this. It's more static, but when I put this automation, it helps the sound like evolve. So let's listen to it without any of these effects, and let's start bringing the oscillators one by one. So first one, basic shapes. Then I have the second with the smear and the automation, and then the third one. Now with the effects, let's go to phaser, distortion, linear fold, playing with the drive, the pre-filter, the resonance, compressor, helping to bring the volume a lot, and also the EQ. Then some magic happened when I put a couple of saturators in here. So I created 2 chains. This one is for my sub bass, the first one, and the second one is for everything above 100. So combined they sound like this. I'm using sine fold, a lot of drive played with the bass, the depth, the dry wet, and all that. So yeah, I also kind of made like a very distorted version of this and resampled it, and I'm using it like basically just noise at this point, and I put some erosion on it. Cool. There are some other sounds. This one, they are all supporting this main sound. This one, for example, is just the default wavetable with some distortion, flanger, phaser, and reverb, and then some amp and glue compressor and erosion. Let's check this out. Yeah, I just made some layers to support this. If you want to, dive deeper into every layer, you can go ahead and check the project file on my Patreon, but for time's sake, I just wanted to cover the main one, which is this one. For the second part of the drop, I'm just basically doing variations of the same sounds. So this one is more open, as you can see in here, and it has a erosion at the end. Then this one is going up instead of going down. So I just changed the voice tuning orientation kind of thing. This one is going down, this one is going up. And also I created another layer, which is more like a riser, I would say. So this is the basic shapes on this square wave. Again, I'm using the sustain and the rate, phaser, compressor, chorus, distortion, and playing with the voice tuning once again to make it, you know, rise like that. And that's pretty much it for like the heavy sound design of things. But something to really pay close attention in this style of music is the fills. I'm having a bunch of fills in between sections. Let's just hear the fills without any of the main basses. So yeah, just try to fill all the tiny gaps in between the, you know, the A and B sections. Try to fill them with cool bass fills. Now let's hear the main leads, the main basses. So it's obviously way emptier, so you definitely need, for this type of music, you need a lot of bass fills to, you know, fill in the gaps in there. So that's pretty much it. I hope this was helpful, and please subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you around.